Okay, so here we have The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. And in this passage, we have a shark that is coming after sort of the main character who's in a skiff in his boat where he is traveling with a fish that he's killed. And the shark has been attracted by the blood of the fish that he's killed and has with him. So we're not going to read this whole passage right here, right now, but I'll just point out a couple of details that help me figure out what is Hemingway's goal here in using an omniscient point of view. Something that I'm struck by right away is that the passage has a way of describing things that really keeps the narrator very separate from the action. You get the sense of a narrator's voice. At least that's how I see it. And we get bits of the shark's thoughts and bits of the man's thoughts. So this is pretty apparent when we look at the third paragraph down where it says sometimes he lost the scent, but he would pick it up again or have just a trace of it, and he swam fast and hard on the course. And then it goes, so we're really following what the shark is up to. And no, we're not like in his brain as far as, the shark was thinking this or that. But then it goes into a description of the shark, which is kind of interesting. There are words that are unusual in my mind as far as things that you would choose to describe a shark, as such as handsome. And then further on down, when his teeth are being described in that same paragraph, that third paragraph, it says that his teeth were shaped like a man's fingers when they are crisped like claws, which to me sounded like a very unusual description of teeth. I watched Jaws for the first time at the beginning of the summer, and I'm not getting a Jaws vibe from this shark, even though it's after the man's boat. Part of that, I think, is that going up a paragraph, it says the shark was not an accident. He's been following the blood from the ship, and he is just doing what a shark would do. But then you have this kind of alternate way that he's described as having fingers like a man, or teeth like a man's fingers. And it really brings that shark into the realm of humans in a strange way. So that to me is interesting because it looks to me like Hemingway is trying to almost humanize the shark. And then we go into the man's mind, and he is knowing that the shark is out there and thinking about what to do about it. And in that last paragraph that we see here, there's another bit that gets my attention. And it says in the last couple sentences, I cannot keep him from hitting me, but maybe I can get him. Dentuso, he thought, bad luck to your mother. And that last sentence in particular really strikes me because bad luck to your mother, he's like cursing the shark's mother, almost like a person in a fight with another person would hurl a curse at that opponent. It's another way that the shark gets humanized that I wouldn't have expected. So all of this is happening through this omniscient perspective, which is, kind of several steps back from being inside the heads of the characters. And I have to think that that must be intentional on the part of Hemingway, and it must be working to serve his ultimate goals that he has in this book, which is a great read, by the way, and pretty short if you're looking for something, a classic. Again, I think that the narrator is working to balance the power between humankind and nature, and really situating the man in this setting of nature that he doesn't have control over, and looking to tie these elements of humankind and nature together in a way that I think he's asking some questions. Do we really have control over nature? And probably in these musings, you can hear me really getting to a conflict. And so you can see how when we look at point of view, we're not just looking at point of view, we're looking at character, we're looking at conflict, we're looking at questions that the author is asking about life, which leads us to motifs and themes.